usas no wreck. Hosta mechta cinco basta, hosta mefta uvrek, rishi labir, groove snores, ladjakor, rishi labir, usas nos dovrek. Hosta mefta cinco basta, hosta mefta urek, rishi labir, groove snores, ladjakor, rishi labir, usas nos norwek.
Yazor, why Yazor, go, if ma.
Poštikani ono, zipa blufa torpos de vem. Zumba corto nisi, rista music, roj de play. Zika kumba jumba noro, kumba jumba hero, kumba jumba opposite way.
Yeah. hielo. So, go, if, man, ha!
Osta mefta cinco basta. Osta mefta juvrek. Rishi labir proof snores lajekor. Rishi labir usas no snor brek. Osta mefta cinco basta. Osta mefta juvrek. Rishi labir groove snores lajekor. Rishi labir usas nos dovrek. Osta mefta cinco basta. Osta mefta juvrek.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, we descend deeper and deeper into a more wretched hive. Hello everyone, my name is Pierce. I am the living force for this game. And this are the Crystal Toasters. Say hello, Crystal Toasters.
Hello, Crystal Toasters. And Merdanky.
Hello, and Merdanky.
Not issue any greetings to Medenki. He will say hello to himself enough for all of us.
Oh, that's called.
Yes.
It's alright, I will say enough for all of you. I've got it in me.
I feel like I literally just said that as an insult, and then he just said it as a brag about it. Okay.
And we're already off to a great start of just the vibe of this ridiculous band of I don't know even what to call you. I mean, you are a band.
Just with this ridiculous band. End of sentence. I will also point out that the kinds of things we do in this game is not really dissimilar from just starting on a stream. That's generally the kind of activity
That's right.
authentic us being us.
I feel like we could just label these as like just chatting streams, and that would be accurate.
Just chatting, but in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But welcome on in, everyone. This is our Star Wars RPG set 5 years after Rise of Skywalker, which is 5 years after the fall of the First Order, which is 5 times longer than they were in power, as I will say every single time. But now we have a possible new entity, the Prime Order, led by one Moff Zog that we met last session. When we finally, after buying some drinks and a dress, went to dinner with the Moff and had a 5-course meal that was displeasing to almost everyone and satisfying to very few, other than everyone sort of begrudgingly liking the dish from Merdenki's home planet of Clue 2.
It was fine.
And almost no one liking the Lomi moss soup for Neela and the Paladin
for
blood
me.
course.
More for me.
Yeah. I still think the Corellian hen was the worst. The worst one was the Corellian hen, because I know. I hate Corellia. I hate it very deeply. What a stupid planet.
And upon meeting the Moff and sort of being welcomed into his palace and offering to explain sort of any information to you that you wanted, there was a little bit of inquiry as to when did they rise to power and why did he take control of the city, which by and large he answered, even if it was necessarily not as specific as maybe Tip Gala, who was doing most of this inquiry, was hoping. But I believe none of you detected any falsehood in what he was saying. And then he got down to the most important part, which was the set list, which needs to feature Sabak Shift, Shadowtown Gumbo, and
is apparently opening with a grab tambourine.
An opening with a grab tambourine solo by one Venin Rosk that will lead into the opening song, which is maybe the most difficult task before you all.
I can't wait for this training montage.
And that is saying that you have to write. That is also including that you have to write an original piece that is, in some way, maybe. I mean, we'll see what you all do with it and how you interpret what the Moff has asked you for. But basically, has asked you not necessarily for a song glorifying him personally, but one that is sort of about the rise of the Prime Order and taking control of Kaladin.
Yeah.
So we'll see just how much of a imperial march you make or not. And that is sort of, and we ended on a awkward beat of him saying that I'm sure he won't be disappointed in the work, and then just spoons scraping in the of the Alasaken rice or the Alasaken pudding.
Sticky pudding. Please be aware, it's not like a pudding as you Corellians would think of it. It's a baked sort of a cakey dish. It's delightful. Pudding is a course on Alasaken. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so sweet. So sweet.
It is sweet, and it's not natural.
It needs a more
so loamy.
earth profile to
just
it.
put some leaves in it or something then.
Great idea.
Neela, do you ever straight up just eat dirt? Like, have you ever just take a handful of dirt?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
I thought that was. I figured that the answer to that was just going to be.
Is it like how some is it like how some animals or species will eat rocks, like to aid in their digestive tract? Or...
We're learning a lot of things about Togruta.
But also too, I get a lot of dirt on the mushrooms if you're getting them naturally.
She does not care for me to rinse off the mushrooms.
Those are the scenes you don't see with Ahsoka. That just in between lightsaber duels, just handfuls of
eating dirt,
shoving dirt.
Like right after the scene with Grogu, she just turns around.
Yeah, never happier than when they go to Tatooine because there's just dirt everywhere. It's just nothing but dirt.
Oh, it's delicious. It's coarse, it's irritating, it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
In
like
the
how
meantime, Anakin's in the background going.
Yeah. Just another disagreement between Snips and Sky Guy.
yeah.
We should also explain to the audience that we did, prior to coming on stream, discover that Neela has let us in on the 7th flavor. So we knew about umami, but now we know about lomi, which seems to be a very important thing to the Tragruta.
Very important.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Neela,
So-
you're an interesting humanoid to have around.
Me?
Yeah. You're
I
Neela,
never
right?
looked at it that way. Yeah, I never looked. Hold on, I just changed. I just want to make sure that I'm at a fancy dinner at his palace.
With the portraits up and everything.
And the
That's
proper
great.
Yeah.
lighting, I'm sure.
I mean, imperial. I feel like there's a lot of red and black
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the imperial.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not
That's
wrong.
the vibe.
So we'll sort of pick up with a little bit of a cinematic, slightly moment where we'll just sort of, after the dessert, the Alsatian dessert course, a palate cleanser is brought out to sort of to take you on out of the meal, which is basically just various options of sorbet or ice cream that will sort of allow you all to sort of choose a flavor that will be to your liking. And after that, after you sort of continue to have some idle small talk with them off for this, he sort of stands up, excuses himself, and tells you how much he's looking forward to tomorrow before leaving the room, where Mika Krat enters in to escort you back to the loading docks for the landing platforms for the speeders. On your way there, as you're being guided there, just go ahead and everyone make a look roll for me.
Oh boy. Wait. Where is it? Physical?
It's below that, senses.
Oh.
I would say your echolocation, you could choose to do that if you wanted. That would work fine for this as well.
Normal success.
Normal success? Okay.
I'm going to spend a force point. Now, how do I do this again?
You spend a first point, you can re-roll.
Just re-roll the whole thing.
Or if you just
Oh,
need to...
no.
You want
I
to
don't
spend
wanna-
luck.
I want to spend luck then.
Okay, so you just basically, however much you're spending, you deduct that from your luck score. And then you
Okay.
subtract it from the roll.
Okay. I got a 15, which is a hard success.
Excellent. And Venin and Chanson?
I got I would call it a hard fail.
Okay.
It's an 89.
Okay.
And I rolled a 6, which is an extreme success.
Okay. So we'll go in stages. Venin, you're just sort of, I think, just still taking in everything in this palace here. Excuse me. Everything in this palace here on your way out, and sort of noting these new banners and carvings and all these weird portraits of very stiff-looking people in imperial uniforms. And of course, how cute everyone's butts look in all of their armor as you're making your way out of it.
Right.
Oh, with the armor. I thought you meant the portraits. I was like,
The portraits are like,
what are the poses of these portraits?
They're all boudoir portraits, just in the main hall, and the main entrance hall.
I'm just imagining like two portraits next to each other, one of them front facing and one of them like just like flashing
Just-
there.
The portraits
Selfie
always
portrait.
they're always painted with a mirror behind them.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
you can, like,
just
flip
they're
them around.
hanging portraits, but there's a
Yeah.
front and a back.
Yeah. And
But
all of them are wearing assless chaps.
Merdenki, with your normal success, you see that there is another speeder landing at the landing docks, and it has just not sort of, it's more of like what looks like effectively like a cargo truck of some kind, and it just seems to have cages of animals. Just sort of like these sort of cages set up there. Neela, with your hard success, you can see that they are just filled. Each cage has individually has a sort of like a lizard-like creature in it. They're fairly small. only probably about like half a meter in length. And with your extreme success, Chanson, you can actually see that there's a little like whitish, like almost like tufts of hair or fur, kind of almost giving them a little bit of a bearded lizard kind of look. And you can kind of see it's quite a lot. There's probably about 20 cages or so on the back of this truck and like it lands and stormtroopers start to unload.
Can I roll whether it's sciences or culture or whatever we see that recognize these creatures?
Yeah, I think let's go with sciences. I think that's probably the most.
Wait, is below the red a hard success or extreme success?
The red is extreme.
Then I had an extreme success.
Okay. Then you also sort of notice the sort of unique chin hair.
I'm spending 1 force point on this scientific roll.
Okay. And you can also roll science if you would like, Neela, to see if you can identify them.
I have rolled an 11, which is an extreme.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hold on. The extreme fail.
Okay.
Extreme.
Sorry, what was this roll for? Or it was just
science. I mean, if you kind of have a look at it, you can see that they're looking in it. If you want, you can roll a science team or Denki.
Oh, no, that was a 92.
Okay. Chanson, with your extreme success, you recognize these creatures as a fairly obscure creature named Islamari. I would say even with your extreme success, you know what is valuable about these creatures. That they have sort of an aura that they emit that cancels force energy. Mika is sort of guiding you along and sort of stops in the main hall with you and says, well, I suppose you don't all need me to sort of take you back to oh, sorry, I almost forgot. Hang on 1 second. And she, follow me. And she leads you to like another door near in the main hall. And it looks like, well, most of these seem like very just ornate doors. This one looks fairly newly installed and looks very like steel, shiny metal. And there is a very just nondescript security panel. And she pulls her thing that I cannot, code cylinder. Thank you. From her thing. And she inserts it in there. And it slides open, and you all see just stacks and stacks of credit chips. And she said, I believe we sort of discussed in our original engagement that you would all receive half up front and half on completion. So we are, in good faith, wanted to show you that we are indeed people of our word. So she gathers it up and she hands each of you 50,000 Imperial credits. Now,
are they like?
They're kind of like basically like, think of them like they're like blocks, so that it is like hard currency.
Okay.
Now, I assume you all want the hard currency. We can make transfers, but I believe we discussed the idea that like the Hutts are sort of probably monitoring most of your accounts.
I think hard currency is fine. Yes. Thank you.
Excellent. And anyway, if anyone wants to, just on this quick glance, I know probably none of you are good at it, but if anyone wants to make a calculate roll.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see if I can beat that 10. 99. So.
True fumble.
Oh, that is yeah.
I beat it.
I mean,
that is great.
Wait, really?
I got a 9.
A 9?
Oh my
Regular
God.
success. Excellent. Okay. Then that's excellent. That's right.
I'm spending. Oh no, I beat it. I have a 20 because I'm a human. I rolled a 12.
Excellent. Mur, no?
I didn't even try. I mean, I
just
can
staring
give it
at
a
your
shot.
credits. That's fine. No, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
No, 86.
Okay.
Did not beat it.
So, Neela is still trying to process just the bricks that she has been handed.
I need money.
They're heavy. They feel heavier than they look.
Yeah. And possibly maybe grappling with the fact that like you were just like, I need money, and now you're looking down and you have 50,000 credits in your hand, and you haven't even done anything yet. I would say Venin and Chanson with regular successes. Roughly estimating, just briefly, like thinking about like the denominations you've been handed and the amount of stacks and stuff he said, that there's you would think that there's upwards of 100 million credits in there. And Mika, sort of after handing your stuff, she will close the door. She'll basically put her code cylinder back in, door closes. You hear sort of like a pneumatic lock, and she inserts it back into her uniform. Well then, do you all want me to? I'm happy to walk you out, but as I said, I believe you can find your way back to Diplomatic Suites. The air speeders will be waiting for you, take you back to your rooms, or I guess anywhere else you want to go. And I, sort of need my way to sort of guide you to your rooms and some preparations for tomorrow's.
Please, yes, no, I'm sure we can find a way back. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
We'll probably be expecting you around. We'll send a car to take you to the stadium probably around midday. But enjoy your night.
Thank you.
And she basically makes her way sort of back deeper into the palace.
Oh, does anyone want mine?
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
I imagine Tip Gallo tried to beat Chance into the punch on that.
Yeah.
She's always the only benefit to how close she's always standing next to me is that I was able to just grab that real quick. I'm not going to take it all. I'll use it for her day. It's fine. I took it, but I'm not saying this part out loud. This is just in my mind. Let's just get the. I walk to the nearest speeder and I'm like, let's get the hell out of here.
All right. So if you all board the speeders, you will. If there's any other stops you want to make, you can request that. But otherwise, they'll take you right back to the Diplomatic Suites.
I think we should go to the Diplomatic Suites.
Excellent.
Ooh, what's that?
It's the hotel we've been staying in. Remember the one with the nice giant bed that you refused to sleep in and instead keep napping on the floor of my room?
Ooh, you need a new rug for sure. I don't love it.
Fine, I don't love it either. It's not my rug. It's just the one in my room.
We do have a bit of work cut out for us. We had that.
Yeah. Do we need to? I don't want to say train Venin, but
But train Venin.
Okay, Venin is right here. What?
encourage you to do
Venin,
complicated things.
my good friend, I understand you have incredible talents with the grab tambourine,
Okay.
but a solo is a whole different beast. And we need to put you through the paces to channel your talents into this new avenue.
Okay. Is something wrong?
No,
Yes.
it's
Do you think he's been drinking?
Him? I saw him drink a lot, yes.
oh, I have
He's
like
speaking very slowly.
I agree.
Listen, you guys, I just thought I would kind of like wing it. Like, you know when you feel the passion and it's like,
Great. You know what? Why don't you do it right now? Why don't you wing it for us right now and let's see how it sounds?
no, it's like if you wing it now, then later you're not winging it. Like,
do you have like like winging credits that you spend and keep, or like?
I'm going to go ahead and say something that I even find shocking. Venin's grab tambourine solo is not the thing I'm most worried about at present.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the second most. It's the second most worrisome thing.
Of everything in my life that I'm currently worried about,
I mean, I know you're always so much drama, Chanson.
Yes,
You
that
always
is-
do
that
seem to
is
be worried about
definitely,
things.
That is definitely how you would describe me if everyone in this
I just wish you would change
I
your
am the drama
perspective.
queen, no doubt.
Niels, is he always this uptight? I thought this was just a thing, like a temporary thing. He's always like this.
Yes, you should see his buns. They're like,
That's rough.
All right. I think are we back at the
Yeah.
suites?
I assume this is like you get to the suites. You're just sort of having this conversation as you're exiting and making your way back to up to the rooms.
Okay.
Hey, Chanson,
Yes, Nina.
are you worried at all that our rooms might be,
That is something. One thing I was wondering about is, I mean, we have all just received a rather large amount of credits, in hard currency. Did our rooms seem to have safes in the rooms?
Yeah, I mean, there's like I would say that there's probably these are diplomatic suites. People are usually can be dealing with sensitive stuff. There's like a courtesy. There's kind of like how you would have in a hotel where you can key in your own code.
I think if we can do that, I'm at least putting 100,000 credits in one of those, and probably suggest the others maybe do the same.
yeah, but do you think they're like, what's the word for when someone's like listening in on what?
It's a word called. Talk to me about it so much later. So yeah, I think I'd like to. I'm going to suggest we do that, and then perhaps we return to the civilian district to one of those bars. Not Alderon's Moon.
Not Alderon's move. So either from what
yes,
you know,
I would like to store. I don't know if it's the after effects of the mushrooms, but I feel a little paranoid.
Might be
Oh
all
my
about
God,
soup.
Neela, we forgot your 4 p.m. mushroom. I'm so sorry. Here you go.
Oh,
You're all out of sorts.
I just think they might be listening.
I agree. No, I think we should put our huge amounts of money away, and then head back to the civilian.
We should head out and do some songwriting out someplace else.
I think we need to get more of a feeling of the city to get inspired. Yeah. You
Sense.
disagree?
I mean, I come with inspiration, but whatever, I'll tag along.
okay. Who is storing their credits in the safe?
I'm
I'm
keeping
also
that
gonna-
shit on my person.
I'm also
Walk around
gonna
with 100
put-
or 50,000 credits. Got it.
I'm putting my wind chimes in my safe too.
Okay.
Those are for show only.
I get it.
Oh, that's yeah. That was for the dinner and for the
For
performance.
dinner, for performance chimes.
Excellent. Okay, then and I will say Tip Gala will do it as well. Would you-
I'll keep 1,000 of it.
Sure.
I'll keep 1,000, but yeah.
Oh, good. Then you can
either-
buy drinks.
Would you two just roll a use computer check for me? There's no real problem. Well,
Oh dear.
I understand what you're saying.
it's not like a dangerous thing. So.
There is. See what I rolled?
Where is use computer?
It's towards the bottom of mental.
Now you lost.
There you go.
Fail,
Oh.
fail, 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 fail.
Okay.
I was so excited when I saw the 2 zeros. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
Is that 100?
Okay. Okay. So this was mostly about like the quality of the passcode you have chosen.
Oh god.
1111.
Yeah. Which Chance and you have probably then you've set a passcode, but actually what you've done is entered in the exact code that just sort of resets it all, so it's unlocked
Oh.
or able to
Sure.
able to be like have anything put in. And Nilo, with just a failure, yours is like a fairly. It's probably like just this year's date or like this
Yeah.
this year.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is probably your code. Easy enough for you to remember, you know. But Chance, and I will say, while you are in there, sort of stowing all this stuff before you all head out into town, over the course of dinner, it does look like your analysis of this spice is complete.
Oh.
Let's take a look.
And the what you basically, the shorthand version of what you find, sparing all the specific scientific details, is that there appears to be some sort of synthetic agent that is combined with the rill from Ryloth that causes it to bind to the actual cells of the user, so that it gives a much longer high with no kind of, it just sort of drops off very smoothly. There's no sort of like crashing off of it.
So that would not make it as addictive, wouldn't it?
And not make it necessarily as profitable of a thing, right?
Well, yeah, it's not. People are not hooked on it in that case. Right?
I mean, they still get high and it still lasts for a really long time, but they don't necessarily come crashing hard off of it. So it is maybe, I would say, with your expert drug analysis, it's the kind of thing that might appeal to higher society folk as sort of like the high society party drug. The cocaine to the crack, as it were.
It's very synthetic, Neela. You don't want to need
I see.
No, I don't want any part of that.
And
I
as
hate
you
the
are
taste of it.
as you are examining this on your data pad, you do receive a message, just like a little like a text message in like your inbox if you'd like to read. And all it really simply says is, Chance and Motet, we'd like to meet. Come to the offices tomorrow. Someone will be waiting for you. And it is simply signed with the symbol of the pikes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Okay.
But no further interesting stuff on your data pad, unless you'd like to play Wordle or something.
I liked it a lot at the beginning, and I kind of just became sort of tiresome, to being honest.
When the Corellian Times acquired it.
Yeah, when the Corellian Times acquired it.
Am I sitting next to him? Could I see that like he was on his?
Well, I don't know if you would. Yeah, I mean that all depends on when you would access this, if you were alone or not.
I think that is. I would say this is why God, aka Chaosium, invented luck rolls.
Oh, that's a great thing. Venom, make a luck roll for me with this group's preposterously high luck.
Do you want to use a force point to get an extra dice on it? Okay, so roll also this. You can use the low.
You could spend 2 force power.
No, that's bad.
Spend another, because neither she rolled 90 and 90. But you could spend a second force point. You do get 7 every session, and you never use them. You could spend another one to re-roll all of those. Just re-roll all of it. Try again.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, okay.
26.
26.
It's a
hard success. Then yes, you happen to wake up from, you hear the beep, or on whatever on Chance's data pad, and wake up in time to sort of see this message on his screen.
What's going on? Are you talking to a lady? A man?
Do you know what this symbol means?
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm not talking to a lady or a man. Or, well, probably among the pikes, I think it's likely I'm talking to a lady or a man, but I might be talking to a different identity among the pikes. I'm not super familiar with.
I'm not certain how their
identities,
sex and gender works with the amphibious-looking.
I am not talking to a romantic paramour.
And when you do, please don't call them that.
I'll call them whatever they like to be called. Maybe they'll really like tea. Maybe they want to read some of my sonnets.
Is it from Uncle? Ew. Is it from Uncle?
No, this is from Uncle's enemies.
I really don't think you should be talking to them.
I fully agree, and yet
I'm not a tattletale.
No, I am going to. I am going to send him a message immediately saying the Pikes have made contact with me.
But why not me?
Well, one, the Pikes have not made contact with you, and two, it's not a good thing for the Pikes to make contact with you.
Okay, well, that's how you see it.
It is objective. Pikes, the pike butts are very, very flat. They're almost concave.
Oh, I feel like that's really causing me some distress.
I know, so you don't want to meet them, right?
No, I do. Wait, are we meeting them?
I am under no circumstances am I taking you to the Pikes.
So we're going. When are we going?
I'm not going.
But you're going?
Maybe not now.
Oh, I'm not gonna sleep a wink.
She does love a party.
And maybe
Can we just do a whole session with these two?
I know.
maybe this time they'll give us some party favors. You know, when we went to the dinner, they didn't give us like any kind of party favors.
They gave us a full dinner, and then they gave you 50,000 Imperial credits.
What? Is that a lot?
Yes.
I think she wants branded swag.
You get me.
Just prime merchandise. Is Moff Zog's first name Jeff? And then his middle name is Bear?
Bezog.
Okay.
I would also.
I guess so. I'm tabling this troublesome scenario, and I will go downstairs now.
Certainly. So yeah, you all, if you decide to leave and go back to one of the bars, one of the cantinas. The one you were at was the Marge Sable, which you can easily return to. Or if you'd like to go deeper into the civilian sector, you could try to find Twin Suds.
Twin Suds sounded like a touristy kind of place, right?
Yeah, it's a little. I would say Twin Suds is like. It's like not a Margaritaville, but it's not a Margaritaville.
I think we should go back to the Marge Sable. We had such a... Also, do you remember how much fun we had at the Marge Sable? It was so fun. Remember those hilarious jokes everyone told? We sat there for like 2 hours waiting for the dress to get finished. It was the best we've ever gotten along. Let's go try to recapture the magic and ruin the memory.
Excellent. So,
That's very specific.
Anyone want to do anything before heading out? No? Okay. So you are welcome to. It was not that far on foot if you want to walk on foot, but you can easily. I mean, you are also rolling fat stacks now if you want.
I think we should take a speeder largely because I imagine our good dear friend.
Sure.
Tip Gala. Yep, I got it. When I don't see it written on a little screen in front of me, I don't remember any names. I know that Tip Gala is wearing such a fancy dress. She probably does not.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that being said, I put my fucking Arsakani jacket back on.
Yeah, and I would imagine Tip Gala would change out of her dress, not wanting to ruin it.
Oh, fair enough. I still say we take a speed.
I change into my other suit.
I just imagine you take off like your heather charcoal suit and put on like your onyx black suit.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
That you're going out of the town black.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was my dinner heather. It's my town onyx.
And Neela has removed her chimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but what are you wearing when you're not dressed for chime occasion?
Oh, I look very like if you could tie dye everything brown.
But you still wear your crystal pants, right? Those are round the clock.
I have some crystals on the pants, but just everything is very earth.
They're crystal pants. They're not her crystal pants.
Right.
Not my
They're just crystal
coastal
accent.
pants.
Right. Excellent.
Yes.
All right,
Are we gonna do songwriting? Do I need to bring my dulcimer to?
I would not bring your dulcimer, but we may discuss the song a bit once we're having fun elsewhere. What's wrong?
Nothing.
I have a-
I'm just gonna bring it.
I have a mini dulcimer. I'm gonna bring it with me.
Pocket dulcimer.
It's a pocket dulcimer.
right.
Because I have a sort of like that thing where I have to actually play it in order to memorize it. So if you know what I mean,
I guess it.
I can't just write it on a data pad.
Oh no, yeah, we're not. Yeah, no one
Makes no
expects. No
sense.
one expects that. We need
What
to
are words?
That's, oh, and that mushroom just hit. Get ready for about 5 minutes of really funny comments, and then 2 or 3 hours of uncomfortable stares.
What
So,
a word.
business as usual.
Business as usual, Medenki.
All right. So as you all make your way down out of the diplomatic suites and into the speeders, that will take you back down to Syndulla Square, to where the March Sable is. You do notice that the streets in the military district, there's definitely military sector. I can't remember if I call them district or sectors, but the military district does seem to be pretty empty. Right, it seems like most people seem to be indoors here. It doesn't really seem like there's much nightlife happening here. And when you get into the civilian district, you do notice that there's people about, right? And there's definitely still like places open and stuff like that, like the March Sable's open. But you do notice that there's a lot more patrols kind of walking the streets.
Prime order patrols.
Yes. Like you do notice that there's like duos of stormtroopers, rather than just being kind of posted, they're actively patrolling. Now it doesn't seem like there's a curfew or anything that they're like locking people down just for being out. But there's definitely more noted presence.
Are there prime order patrols near that office with the pike symbol on the door?
Well, that is actually like they're near one of the like the quote unquote
right.
border checkpoint, because it's just that was like just on the military side of the border.
That was on the military side of the border?
Yes.
I don't think I understood that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, that is in the military.
That was right in the civilian. That's on the military side of the border?
Yes.
Okay.
Quit saying that.
Oh, quit saying what?
Nothing. It's right.
I am definitely contacting Mr. Nikul's son this evening.
But you reach without incident. You reach the March Sable, and return back into sort of the like bluish tinted with red accents room. Would you like to just order your round of milks again, or are you after something a little more? I don't know what.
I need my mind sharp for what's to come. So no.
What? I don't know what causes the creative juices to flow. I am shocked that Mertenki writes music sober.
No, not writing music, helping Venom. Writing music, I will be destroyed.
I'll be fully blitzed for that part, but when it comes to helping her with the thing, okay.
We have a long to-do list, and I am on mushrooms for all of it.
But it's certainly it's a little more busy in here. It's not like jam packed, but it's a little louder than it was. I mean, you guys all kind of came in at an odd off hour before, but you can all sort of find a booth together.
I will. I guess I'll get one. I'll get a blue milk and a Ryloth port.
Ryloth port.
Just to. But I'll actually buy several Ryloth ports and just have them at the table whether anybody drinks them. We're taking up a table, trying to go somewhere where it will be loud enough to be hard for us to be overheard, but where we can still hear one another.
Sure.
Are there any Prime Order troops inside here?
Make a look roll.
Just spend a force point.
I mean, I would say just offhand, you don't see like stormtroopers in gear in their like sitting there.
I'm going
that
to
would be
spend
easy to
one
spot.
just to that's a success. Extreme success, in fact.
Extreme success?
Yes.
Like you do catch like off like kind of sitting at the bar at the far side. You do see what looks like someone in more of like a dress uniform, kind of sitting having a drink, but they look more like they're off duty.
Sure.
But by and large, no. And here you don't see this. Yeah, you don't see like a huge amount of people. This seems like, while this clearly is a friendly to the Prime Order, right? It's not. It's certainly not Alderon's move, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well. So, hopefully we won't be too overheard here, everyone. How's this all feeling to everybody right now?
What do you mean?
Well, the fact that we've been asked to write a song that your name will be on forever, Medenki, sort of extolling the virtues of this Prime Order's takeover of a city on Ryloth, coupled with the fact that he wants a Grav Tambourine solo from then on.
Okay.
And they're... Go ahead.
Someone is clearly jealous.
It's not... Okay. Yep, that is what it is. I'm incredibly jealous of Venom. And I'm so jealous I'm coming up with this crazy conspiracy theory that perhaps he's trying to, like, set us up to fail for some reason.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we were just given a rather preposterous sum of money.
So then when they kill us, they just take it back.
But he also made it optional. Like, you could refuse to write the new song.
I know. Did it feel optional to you?
No, it really didn't.
Yeah. Something is odd here.
Okay, well,
What are you saying, Chance?
yeah. Well, what's your plan if that is the case?
I'm not saying we should leave. I'm just saying we should be very, very considered in what we do moving forward.
Let's
Yeah.
write a kick-ass song and
I was thinking about the song. We could just do some real general stuff and kind of say it can be interpreted as a lauding of the rise to power. But you know how jazz.
And help the people the thing that happened to. You know, never mind. That's
Sure, whatever you just said, Chance.
Yes, I think keeping things general, I was also going to say to that point, perhaps keeping things very Kaladin specific. You know, just about how lovely it is in Kaladin, how great Kaladin has been. Oh, look, it rhymes if you pronounce it my way. Tipgala, can you pronounce it that way? Okay. She's being quiet. Wait, does she see that guy? Does she see the guy with the nice makeup? Is that why she's being quiet?
I think
Oh,
she's
yeah.
just drinking.
She's maybe like eyeing, like she's just kind of drinking and like looking out to see if he comes in, because you're right across the street from his shop.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that is, you know, yeah, there's dangerous. Certainly, generalisms and such things are probably for the best. But something about this is off. Also, I'm going to say this even quiet here. Did you notice those bizarre lizards? Please don't. Okay, I'm going to say
the
something.
guys with the really cool beard.
Those guys. Now, Venom, I'm going to say something to you. Okay, please don't take this. Please don't view this as a criticism and immediately get really defensive and mad about it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I would love, when I say what I'm about to say, I would love for you to not, because I'm saying it very quiet, because we want to keep it a secret. I would love for you to not shout it really loud.
Okay.
In
Okay.
response. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still scared to do it. Those
I'm
lizards
still
with
leaning
the
in.
beards, those are called Isalamiri.
Gesundheit.
No. Those are a very rare kind of animal with a very, very specific usage.
And that would be
If you're
Fashion
familiar-
for their beards.
Well, no, not at all. They inhibit the ability of certain individuals to use that mysterious force that the Jedi and the Sith and every fifth smuggler you meet who's secretly a force user and a cool dude, and they're all from Criffing Corellia. Enough, I'm complaining about that. Kyle Katarn, whatever. Anyway, the point being, they inhibit their ability to use the Force. Why would they have so many of those creatures at that place?
I don't know. Do you have an answer, or are you just asking rhetorical questions?
No, I'm like, is there some, do they have some Force user imprisoned there?
Chance, this all seems way above our pay grade.
I know.
We're just here to play a song.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
now I want to go see if they've imprisoned some Force user.
I mean, oh boy.
You guys want to do that?
I made a warning for
No.
this one, didn't make a warning for this one. No, the point of this is not to do something about it. I just want everyone to be aware of the weird things going on here.
You seem like you're all talk and no action.
Yes, correct. I want to take no actions. I want to talk about these things so we're all aware of them, and we don't do any stupid actions. You're doing
I'm
great,
gonna
by the way.
I'm gonna take out my mini dulcimer and just kind of, pluck at it.
Well, and I was just thinking quietly.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe you should rethink what cleanser you're using at night? You can use mine.
I actually think I can't. Don't you use doesn't the Paladuvan skin don't use that really a astringent selenium-based thing that would melt my would cause me to break out in
Oh,
welts?
don't be such a sissy. It's fine. It just stings a little bit.
I think it okay.
Beauty is pain.
Yes, cool. All right.
So, okay. Are you planning to go raid the palace?
I mean, if Neela's planning that, I've made a tactical error in bringing this up, but I don't know. This is what I've said.
Neela, you're so badass.
or
Thank you so much.
Wait, she doesn't have a cute ass?
No, she's badass.
Oh, okay.
That's
I thought you were being insulting.
It just means I literally and figuratively a thumbs up on asses.
Whose ass are you putting your thumb up? I'm lost here.
oh.
like I don't often like offer qualitative advice. I'm gonna tell you in your current state, probably don't raid the with the
I'm
heavy
not going
weapons
to.
troopers.
I thought maybe you guys were suggesting we should, and I thought that was fun. But I know we're here to do a job. Oh, Murdenki, you're so by the books, man.
What did I
expect
do?
that from you. You're just like, let's get in and play our songs and get out.
Yeah.
Niels, I don't know if you noticed, but we're a band.
Yeah. We're a band.
Think about that. Okay?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Well, now I am thinking about
So,
it because
here's
you both
my
really
question.
weirded me out.
Is everybody going to be at this concert? Everybody who's somebody's going to be at this concert, right?
Yeah, I mean,
depends who you
yeah,
consider
there's-
somebody.
It's a high profile thing.
yeah, certainly this opening ceremony that you're all performing at in this stadium. That seems like it will be like the Moff will be there, presumably the mayor will be there, any other notable politicians or
Do we think that they're going to let us just go free after just playing playing the original song and having a grab tambourine solo? Do we think that they're just going to send us on our way,
Well, no,
mean-
because our contract is for the week, but
or for the
Yeah.
week?
Oh.
I don't know. If something seems too good to be true, that's what I've learned from the mushrooms.
That's an incredibly insightful thing to have learned from the mushrooms, Neela.
Thank you.
But if something seems too good to be true, what?
It is too good to be true. That's why I wear the crystals to protect me.
Okay, and she's back in Neela.
full circle. Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. From
All
Pulsar,
right.
exactly.
well, So we're agreed we're going to try to write a song that is general and calm. We're going to simply try to do the job and get out. That's the plan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What are our alternatives?
I don't think there are alternatives. I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
Ooh. Like if we're thinking that, like, I don't know, okay, like death is at the end of this, then like maybe we don't stick around for the second half of however much whatever they gave us, and we do a little like Sound of Music, let's leave while we play.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that is one of my favorite Hollow novels as well.
Like I can keep that solo going, and then you guys a tiptoe, like it's like a part of the show, and we hightail it whenever you save me from the end of, you know, like, or you know, I can't do the whole thing, you guys. It's just I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah. Well, understood. Well, we'll consider that.
Okay.
We can definitely play around with that as an option. But in the meantime, are we agreed that we're going to try to be sort of as... I certainly think it might not be good. Mur, I'm more concerned about you, but like, you probably don't want to write an ode to one of these sort of neo-fascistic organizations, right?
No.
It's not great.
I was at the battle, so like I was on their side, so
I feel like, imagine if on a planet there were, say, a country that had a democracy, right? And then a former reality TV star were like elected president of that democracy, right? Like a lot of people who then play at that person's inauguration, like, might not have a good reputation,
right?
You know? So that's what I want to avoid for anyone here.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would want that on my
on your
resume.
CV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we change our names before we perform?
Ooh, yes.
Aren't we?
We're not the Crystal Toasters for this. We're prime time, and then we go back to being the Crystal Toasters. Something like that. Oh, you were so... I really wanted to hear what it was.
Don't hurt yourself.
Imperial Order up. Imperial Order.
Imperial Order up.
We should be 2-day shipping because we're doing it for the Prime Order.
It's funny, yeah.
2-day shipping.
Yeah, or the next thing we think of.
We could be 1 free monthly Twitch sub included, which is a fun. And if you are a Prime subscriber, by the way, Long Lost Law is a great place to use your lat. By the way,
it's true.
All right. So the plan here then is to write an anthem for the Prime Order that is sort of just vague but generally positive, but specific to this, to like the state that you have seen Kaladin in because of them.
It'll be like really just positive power chords, nothing to just 3 chord, like nothing crazy.
Just inspiring, fun, catchy, has a melody, easy to dance to, and it's just about like Kaladin. It's the scene. It's where we've been. That guy's green because it's on Ryla. Okay.
Why did they want us to do it?
Yeah. That's honestly. Can I shake your hand? Can I shake your hand with your weird long fingers?
Okay, well, don't call them weird.
Okay. Always feels odd. You don't have to suck on the inside of my fingers with your finger, by the way.
You love it.
In any event, I would say that is the key question. Why us? Why have we been asked to do this? I think Venom, if this were a detective story, Venom just split the case wide open.
Because we're very talented.
Well, I'm pretty sure that this is the episode where you're gonna figure out who the murderer is.
Oh no, he says that it's gonna take us like another month or two.
Yeah, so we're gonna figure out who what?
The
Who
murderer.
the murderer
is.
is?
Oh.
He's making fun of you and me in different
Yes.
ways.
Uh-huh. A very skillful approach, if I do say so myself.
Okay, well then, in this case, okay, I know this is not great for most of you. You will all have a bonus on it, but I think this is going to be like a performance roll, unless you want to pitch something else for me in terms of writing
Yeah,
this
I'll
song
take that.
together.
I
Yeah.
would like to pitch something else.
I know, Murr, you're going to take the performance with 2 bonuses, so feel free.
Yeah. Can I also take some drinks? to
Take some
improve my
drinks.
performance.
I will pitch a few things it could be for some of us, maybe whatever. I think culture or even history could work since we're trying
Sure.
to play up
Yeah.
the stuff.
Very viable.
I might also suggest, maybe not for me, psychology for the same sort of reason. Try to get a read
sure.
on what these people run, or even gather information if you're better
Certainly.
at that. And
Yeah, I think those are all viable. A history, a culture. I don't think any of you are good at it, but an arts and crafts general. Also.
I would like an arts and crafts.
I can use my painting proficiency.
What about, for me, what about like a track? What about tracking? Would I have tracked any odd?
I don't think like finding tracks and
Oh,
following.
it's for literal track.
It's literally tracking like a person.
no, it's
or-
like laying down groovy tracks.
like
I
in
didn't
a,
mean
in a
it like
digital
that.
audio workspace, and you pull up your DAW, and she's doing Pro Tools or Logic or whatever she's using. Yeah, Neela will just lay down tracks. She's so good at tracking.
That's the programs I use, but they're in here.
No, that is literally like following some a being.
Okay, so maybe Shillelagh and Dulcimer then. I don't know.
I mean, there's an argument for that as well. If you were all kind of writing your own parts into it.
I mean, we can return to our place and write stuff on that if you'd prefer we do that.
But I think this is more just about the ideation of it. So I think we might hone this in with a subsequent roll for your instruments. But I think at this moment it is something either knowledge or mental.
Okay.
I'm going to do. I'll do. Oh God, but it sucks because I always do this and don't.
I will also help, and this is more of like just sort of a group pass-fail kind of thing.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Right.
Then, yeah.
So it's more just like, and amounts of successes.
Do we get the bonus on other things we're doing, or only if we were doing performance?
No. I'd say since you're all kind of collaborating together, you will get the bonus on whatever you choose to roll.
Then I'm gonna just try a culture. I'm gonna be prepared to roll it out of force points if I want to re-roll it.
I'm gonna do arts and crafts.
And you get that.
I'm obviously doing performance.
Yeah, go for it. And tell you what, you asked me a question earlier, Jeremy. Make an endurance roll.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a culture, but I got only 1 point away from failing, so I'm gonna use a lower my luck, right?
Hard
Well,
success.
If you want to just subtract from it, yes. If you want to re-roll it, then it's a force point.
Okay. Then success.
Excellent. So 1 success for Neela. And yes, with your success and your endurance, I will say that you've drank a lot, but you have not gotten to the point where you are no longer able to actually string stuff together. So it is just the sweet spot of juices flowing. So you can have an additional bonus on it.
Yes. Okay.
And
I'll be right back.
sure.
I had to re-roll because I rolled, and it had been a 77, I would have kept it. But I rolled like a 75 and a 95, and I was like, forget that. But I spent a force point, re-rolled the whole thing. I rolled a 7, which is an extreme culture success.
An extreme culture success, a regular success for Neela. Venin, your arts and crafts.
I got a hard success on arts and
Heart
crafts.
success on heart crafts.
That's for a
Excellent.
whole thing.
Right.
Extreme success.
An extreme success on performance from Radenki. And Venin, would you roll another set for me? You're going to roll a psychology for Tipgala.
Okay.
That's just very hard.
Oh, maybe for Tipgala, you should blow on them.
She gets a bonus, right?
Yeah, you all get a bonus.
It's 50.
Good. You didn't blow on that last one.
She closes one eye while I do it.
35.
35.
Excellent.
So a success.
35. That is a success.
Two
Excellent.
normals, one hard, two extreme.
Okay, so that is just glowing successes over there. So I will say that you have managed to compose a piece that references the prime order, but in a way in which it is sort of in between the lines. You are more like wording things about Kaladin that sort of, if you are coming from a perspective of someone like Mofzog, that you might read these as things that he has done for Kaladin. But if you are necessarily not just a Rylothian listening to it, you might just hear it about the wonders of Kaladin. So you've successfully sort of found lyrics that are open to interpretation from the point of view of the person listening to the song. You've managed to walk that line pretty admirably.
I will also point out, one, right now, Sabak Shift is playing. That's the song that's playing as a background. Two, I would like to do something, I believe it's called, although actually, this is literally what we're trying to do with the song. I would like to pander to our Twitch audience for a moment. And include 3 words in this song, if I may.
Oh, I don't know what these 3 words
So
are.
what I would like for the way this song works to simply be, like the final chorus, the final line is, Kaladin, you are amazing. That's what it is.
Excellent. Certainly, there's no reason why you couldn't do that.
And I hope that satisfies the 2 true monsters in our chat right now.
Excellent. So it ends with Kaladin.
Who are excited about the fact that they champion chaos and seek it out. So yes, 3 words.
I'm so curious what those words are from.
They're not something good.
Kaladin, you are amazing. Yes, the song will officially end that way. And perhaps you even sort of find some way to call it something like the prime ballad of Kaladin or something like that just sort of tips a hat without, it's the first draft.
Kaladin in its prime.
Kaladin in its prime. That is the title of this. That is great.
I'm worried that's too much, but fair enough.
Prime time in Kaladin.
I think Kaladin in its prime is another. That I think
Kaladin
walks
prime
around.
time sounds like a jazz song.
There is a Queen song called Prime Jive that I really like. So we could just do we could compose another ballad called Prime Jizz.
Sure.
You don't have to. I'm just saying.
I don't see why we're. I don't see how we're not going to now.
Wait, and then if we do another first order, that could be called First Jizz. Okay, let's just move on.
I will also say that, especially just as a side note, and maybe sort of as you're kind of thinking of the iconography and stuff like that, any of you sort of familiar at all with imperial history, even basically, well, sort of now, and with the context now having seen Vader and having seen Palpatine on the wall, that redesigned logo, what is in the center there, does seem to be a rudimentary symbol of the Death Star.
Oh.
Yikes.
Ooh.
But that's probably just
Man, that's real bad. That's like putting a swastika on a flag and then putting like a gas chamber in the center of the swastika.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Okay.
Just a nod to their past. I wouldn't worry about it. It's just respecting their roots.
Is Tipgala very strong?
Tipgala is strong, yeah. Why do you ask?
During my solo, could she be like very near me?
I don't see why Tipgala would have a problem. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I could do that.
Thank you.
Whatever. No, whatever it is.
Is there a plan there? Do you just want me to? Do you need like some comfort?
Oh yeah, it's very comforting. It's like sleeping on a rug that's like nicer than Cha-Cha's.
Okay.
So then I think with the ballad, with Prime Jizz written,
Is it Prime? Are we going with Prime?
No,
Jizz?
we're not. That would be a separate song.
oh, I thought you could combine them so it's
Time.
Kaladin in its prime parentheses Prime Jizz.
Actually, the Queen song very well.
Is this like a Panic at the Disco song now? Like,
Well, it's like, what is that song?
write
The,
jizz,
the,
not
the
trash.
song that
No,
is like,
something
Oh wait
like-
a second, guys.
Pete-
The Queen
Pete
song is
Verdanky.
called Rocket parentheses Prime Jive.
there you go.
It's actually a really good song. I like the song a lot.
But yeah, you are free to Kaladin Prime Time. You're free to call this song whatever you want.
We're going
I'm
to
gonna
let's, for the love of God, table that. All right. Well, I guess if we've composed this and we've sort of had the components of the discussion.
It's probably been like, yeah, and you guys have probably been in this, like, it doesn't seem like this place is closing down or anything, but you've probably been here for like 2.5 hours now at this point.
I think that the main sort of potentially seditious comments we made, I think we can go home now to whatever degree we'd like.
Oh, yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Are we just performing one song, or was this like a grab tambourine solo that leads into a song and then a song about Jizz Prime?
I think my understanding is he probably wants a grab tambourine solo to start the whole show, and then we'll go into
Our
Kaladin's
set.
Prime, and then we'll do the rest of our set.
Like, so we're doing a whole show.
We're doing a whole set, yes,
Okay,
and you open it.
I get it.
Okay. You did have a good idea for that thing you suggested for this song, though. That was smart.
What was it?
I don't know, whatever, because you rolled good. Whatever you rolled.
Yep.
Okay. What? It was the part where you were really describing it in like visual artistry terms that really.
Yeah,
made
I would say that with your arts and crafts role, Venom, you were able to sort of pick up on all of the carvings and sculptures that you saw in the two sort of royal type buildings, the diplomatic suites and the palace of the sort of Ryloth culture, and managed to offer some of that and how to sort of tie in some of that imagery and how that might sort of play to the splendor of the Ryloth people as well as the Prime Order who now occupies it.
Yeah.
Is there a line? Is there a line in the song about statue butts?
I mean, there definitely wasn't the first draft, at least.
She's.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think we've convinced her that this reference to the rear guard is that's yeah, she's happy with that. I think.
I giggle at that part of the song.
All right. So then, if that's enough for you to conclude the night, you're able to sort of head back to the diplomatic suites, sort of rest up, and sort of start to. Unless there's anything else you want to do tonight, you can sort of rest up and proceed to tomorrow's tech rehearsal.
Well,
or anything else you want to do in the morning.
I will.
We need to.
I will send a message to Nicole's son if I can,
Hmm.
and Mer
course.
can do whatever stuff. But I'll mention
about-
the Pikes have made contact. They want to
What
meet you.
about Venom's training montage?
Mer has to train Venom.
Oh, you want to do that tonight? Sure, absolutely.
Have fun, Mer.
And tomorrow.
And every day until every moment
Yeah.
until this goes on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sure. You can.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
So we'll quickly we'll just quickly. You'll get a response back. We can do this real quick. It doesn't have to be a whole long dream. But Nicole's gonna say, "Well, I think you should go there and find out what they want. Report back on what their aims are."
Understood. I've found a new kind of drug here. It's called the Cloud or something related. Somebody said you want to ride the Cloud. It is it's synthetic, very, very long, high, very limited crash.
Well, that's curious.
I know. Seems.
I'm not sure what the market is for that.
Upscale individuals wanting a pleasant time. You don't hook anyone to this as aggressive. All right, I'll go speak to the Pikes. I will mention the Pikes are headquartered inside this military district of the Prime Order.
What's the prime order?
Yes, that really is the question. Seems to be this First Order offshoot was invited us here.
I mean, I had heard rumors that the Pikes had dug in on Ryloth, but now it seems like they might be much more in control, or at least mingling with those who are.
I suppose it is possible that the Pikes are actually pulling the strings of this Prime Order itself. There's a lot of money here. It's all Imperial credit, so I don't know what accounts outside of this area, but they've got quite a treasury. Alright, I'll report back. It'll keep Venin away from this meeting. I think she has to do a training montage during it anyway.
That would be well advised. Good night, Chance.
Oh, yeah.
Ver, Venin, we will begin just the most rudimentary. We'll start tonight like, as
Let's
tonight.
start with a 4 beat. Just
Okay, but
4 on the floor.
On the what?
Just count to 4.
I beat it on the floor.
No,
crazy,
count
but I will-
count to 4. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Count with me, okay?
Okay, this is rude. Okay? I know how to count. I don't know how to count on the floor, if that's the specific thing.
Uh-huh. So, if you know how to count, you can do this with me, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not following.
I'm not here.
along.
I'm on a phone call in another room. You're on your own.
I like to think that she still looks that way. Like, reflexively.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what she looks to you for something, realizes you're not there.
I have a crystal metronome.
Using a wind chime.
Yeah,
Oh, I did not come here for math. I came
I set
here
it to 60 beats per minute.
Okay, but you understand a beat, right? Like with the music.
Yeah, the beat runs through me. I don't know if you've heard my music before.
Oh, I have.
I
I have heard your music.
You guys, I think for this special performance, I think maybe if I put the grav tambourine between my knees and
I'm gonna stop you there. Let's
unplugged.
start with
raw.
it in the hands and see how that goes first. And then if that works out, we can maybe move on to the knees at a later date.
Okay, well, I don't like your outfit, but okay.
That's very rude of you. Okay.
All right. Do me a favor, Mur.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm good at this. Okay, cool.
Make him do explain. Make him do explain. That's
Fuck
literally-
you, Philip!
literally
Fuck
what this
you!
Okay, sorry. Okay, do it. Explain. That's a good point. That is literally what that is. You're not terrible at that.
Okay, I'm not terrible at that. I'm spending a force point on this, though, to get a bonus. Not looking good. Oh, thank God! It went from a 94 to a 4.
Whoa.
Oh wow. Okay, so that is So go
Yeah.
ahead, Venom, make a grav tambourine roll with an additional bonus. And in fact, actually, what is that? That's an extreme success.
Yeah.
With 2 bonuses. So I think you already have a bonus on it. So you'll be rolling 3 bonuses. So you'll be rolling 4 of those percentiles.
I've got
4 of
my
the double-digit
fucking
ones.
teacher suit on, and it's literally a suit like that is a color for teaching,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, light gray. Say.
Yeah. You just you just have you have just like it's the jacket but with like the elbow patches.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my grab tambourine?
This is kind of like what our starting point will be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the low.
Well, you could spend a force point and reroll all of them,
Do I want to?
or you could spend 4 luck and make it, or just don't do anything. She didn't pass, guys.
Okay, well they can't. You didn't need to. Okay.
It's-
I think in context they were probably there.
Okay. Question: with a light fail.
You could re-roll it.
Okay, but if I didn't,
yeah.
with if you just fail a little bit, like does that
So
play into it?
So yeah, I mean it will play into it. The only thing that you would really be concerned about, right, are fumbles. So if you rolled a 96 or higher, but with 4 bonuses, that seems that seems almost impossible to do, right?
It's
A little bit of fit.
1 in 10,000 chance.
I mean, only I feel like I could pull that off.
Oh,
But
no, I will
But
spend.
this is more just where our starting point is in terms of this montage.
Our starting point of the montage.
Yeah, like this is basically where we're starting at as you and
Okay.
Mur begin training.
I'm gonna let it ride with I'm failing by 4.
Okay. That's pretty good though. It's pretty close. So Mur, at first, so your words finally Ben starts to seems like she actually hears what you say, and it's like 1, 2, 3, totally on the beat, and then it's changes to 8th notes, and then it becomes syncopated. And you just sort of your head collapses. We pan over to the clock that shows that it's already 11:30 at night, and then we see that it's it just rolls forward to 4 a.m. and you come back and your head's just still deep in your hands. There's just a half-empty bottle of whiskey next to you.
Then it's I'm like this, in the chair, just staring at the floor, eyes deep in my sockets.
Yeah. And then that is where we'll close out the night as you sort of stare, just head in your hands, what are we doing here? How are we going to get through this? And we'll sort of wipe to sort of the outside as the day begins here, and you can outside the diplomatic suites as people start to sort of arrive at their posts, begin their days, jobs around sort of cleaning, maintaining order in the military district.
I will go sort of in the morning while Venom is receiving more training to go talk to our new friends.
Oh, okay.
Not my friends at all.
Certainly. You okay? Interesting.
I mean, if I'm going to get killed by the pikes, I'd rather do it before I waste a day performing music for fascists,
Absolutely, sure. Well, it's not the best week of your life, that's for sure. But it's probably the most profitable.
That's Imperial credits. No one's going to take that anywhere.
You just need to buy stuff here and then move that off planet and sell it.
That sounds like the kind of work I didn't go. The kind of work I went to med school to avoid, but then I'm not. Never mind. Yes.
You went to med school to avoid math? Okay, never mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go visit the old pikes at the old checkpoint, the old office.
Yeah. Sure. You can easily enough No one bothers you as you exit out and head towards the. Well, Venom. I mean, if you do this early enough, Venom is probably like still sleeping off.
We can.
Her training.
I can roll a luck to see, or she can roll a luck to catch me, or I can roll a sneak, whatever you want. This human being sitting next to me, not Paladuvin, is mad that I'm sneaking away.
Sure,
so
sure,
if you want to introduce a roll into this, that is fine.
It's okay. It's okay. You guys.
No. I will say. I understand. Make a Venom. Make a listen roll with a penalty.
Oh, penalty.
So you will roll 2 of the double-digit ones and take the highest.
If you want to, because you are being mean, you could spend a force point to get rid of that penalty.
I don't want to spend a force point to get rid of the penalty. And which roll is this?
A listen. So it's top of the senses below the physical talents.
Okay, it's a hard fail.
Okay. So you are just still sleeping on the rug as Chanson steps over you.
Tuckered out last night. Tuckered out.
Yeah. And manages to leave without waking you.
Oh, by the way, I would have checked on money when we got home. Was it still in the unlocked safe?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you go there and find and realize you never actually locked the safe. Everything is still in there.
Or
you now actually lock
the
it.
Pikes came in here to unlock my safe just to show me they could.
It's very likely.
All right, I'll go talk to the Pikes.
Okay, so yeah, easy enough for you to get to the office unmolested.
Yes.
And you knock on the door, and it slides open. And actually, the room that you are in it's fairly simple. Like it was a small building when you walked past it, and it is just one room. And at the far end of it, there is just a single entity sitting behind a desk. That is indeed a pike, wearing their characteristic helmet that they wear outside of their own atmosphere. It's a dimly lit room. No one else in the room. And as you step inside, the pike sort of touches something on his desk, and the door closes behind you. Welcome, Chanson Motet. Please have a seat.
I will sit down with a sort of respectful but distant nod.
So, you are in employ to one Nicholson.
True.
What are you doing on Ryloth?
I understand that this is going to be an unbelievable statement. I am literally here to play the Alsakani Organa lute for the celebrations that are happening. I have a side gig in which I'm in a band. We somehow booked this. To be perfectly honest, I don't know how we booked this. I'm not sure why. But the Prime Order are apparently a fan of our Cluehorn player. And as such, they got us off Nashadar, where we've been playing in a Hutt's palace. Now we're here. I'll be here for a week and then I'll be gone. I've brought no product. I have encountered what I think is your product. Is this the Cloud?
The Crimson Cloud.
Crimson Cloud.
That is part of our new development here.
It's very impressive. I literally am here to play music.
Very good. Had I not met Moth Zog, I would find this preposterous. But having met the man, this does seem like something he would do.
Does it? I don't know if just being in the same business as you... What the hell is going on here? How is this Prime Order? What's happening? It's okay if you can't talk about it. It's fine. But I mean, you sort of brought up the eccentricities of this. What is going on? What is this?
The simplest answer for you, Chanson, is that the Prime Order has control of Kaladin. We require resources from Kaladin. So we, in turn, work with the Prime Order to get those resources. Elsewhere on the planet, we have other
other
entities we work with.
relationships, of course, I understand. It's just Kaladin, this everything about this seems so strange.
Well, I admit there is certainly a bit of pageantry that is not really to my taste, but it is not my city to run.
Understood. Well,
But that is not why we asked to see you here, Chanson.
fair enough.
So, how much do you know of Nicholson's operation?
I am not a particularly high-level person. I'm more on the, manufacturing side of things.
So you are unaware that your, I'm going to flatter you and say brilliance, is single-handedly propping up his whole enterprise.
I mean, I've heard things. I can understand why someone would say that. I'm sure that's not the case. But I can understand I can get why someone might say something like this.
The word has come from Cord Pike. I am to offer you employment. We would like you to join the Pike Syndicate.
Very interesting offer. The Pike Syndicate is well respected in these circles, of course, and clearly you're working with some impressive products, doing some groundbreaking things. Is the Crimson Cloud for a higher sort of clientele? Is that the idea?
It appeals to a certain upper crust crowd, yes.
Impressive.
It carries just a markup to sort of incommensurate with that.
Understood. Well,
And
that
we
is-
would want you and your genius to help develop new products that we could sell. You see, once the Pike Syndicate took control of Ryloth, we have now taken most of our control of the Corellian Run. Soon we expect to expand further out, perhaps have complete control of the Treeling route, which will take us just skirting against some territories, but not quite impacting them. But with those routes secured, with Tatooine, with Ryloth, we would have significant spice production.
Certainly.
And one might say would corner the market entirely. And we could use someone with your unique insight to help us diversify our offerings.
Of course. Well, I understand the appeal of that. I would tell you, I am here to play music. So, for this week, that is all I'm sort of thinking of, but I will certainly consider your offer.
Very good. I do not expect an answer today, of course. I do expect one by the end of your time playing here.
You'll have one.
And I hope it is one in which we can form a prosperous relationship. Chanson.
Well, who doesn't like prosperity? Thank you.
You'll find me here most times. I am the Pike official stationed here.
Should I know your name, or is it better not to?
Certainly. My name is Ska.
Scott. As a musician,
S-A-A.
I do have to say.
Sometimes the dice are great, guys. Sometimes the dice are great.
That's fine. Very well. Well, I will sort of put on a fedora and just kind of, do a little trumpety dance out in that case.
But just so you're aware, what the Pike Syndicate is offering you is not only compensation, but you would be untethered in your experimentation. There would be no quotas for you. We simply want you to invent things for us to manufacture.
Sure. That's a very interesting offer, no doubt. Well, have a good week, Mr. Scar.
Yes, you as well, use Yolton Chanson. We wish you and Ven and Rosk a wonderful performance.
All right,
We'll be in attendance for the opening ceremony, of course.
Him mentioning Venom, I'll just be like, okay. I will leave.
Yeah, you head to the door, hits a button, door unlocks, slides open, closes behind you.
All right, I'll go back.
Sure. Mur, have you awoken? Have you awoken yet? It's still before midday. I don't know if you've awoken to try to get Venom.
Yeah, no, the only reason that would get me up this early is to start working on Venom again.
Okay. So you two are back at it. Presumably in Chanson's room. I doubt Venom would leave it. I'm assuming you have to come into.
Sure, she just practices in my room. Yes, that sounds correct.
Let's see how we're doing today. Let's see how we're doing now. That, in the meantime, where this is going.
Okay.
Make another explain roll for me, Merdenki.
Use another force point. Just a good measure. Okay. That is a 22. So a hard success.
Excellent. So go ahead and roll with two bonuses, so 3 of those. For your grab tambourine.
Okay, you don't have me blow on them for yours.
29. Oh, beats. So, I have 29 is under 31.
Yes. Excellent. So that is a success. So go ahead and check your grab tambourine box. You now see we have gotten after hours of drilling last night and a good night's sleep, as you are starting to kind of get maybe a little bit how to sort of motivate Venom. You are getting a steady 4 beat.
Oh my God! Okay.
You can at the bare minimum now pull off the cowbell from
man.
Don't Fear the
You
Reaper.
like that.
Hell yeah! Yeah. Okay, we're grooving.
I'm playing along a little dulcimer with it.
Oh, it sounds like someone's playing Venom's tambourine, so she learns how to. Oh! Wow.
You just look behind Venom and Merdenki looks haggard, behind him. He's like,
Wait, excuse me, sir. Are you Bedenki's father? Who is this elderly Glimford here?
where have you been, Chanson?
We just love Chanson to show up with just a Starbucks cup or something.
Hey guys,
like
how's it going? I'm immediately making myself a cup of Alsakani tea. Oh, you know, I've just been out and about.
Well, what did you bring me?
This receipt from 2 days ago.
Okay.
There's a clue on there I think you'll appreciate.
I don't want you to derail her progress.
Ben, would you like to showcase what you've been working on?
I'm hearing it. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't stop it. Or...
Okay.
So if there's a tempo change, that's still a problem?
A what?
Okay.
Listen, I feel like, don't they say you're supposed to take what you've learned and, like, throw it out the window when it comes to the moment,
Take what you've... Nope.
Okay, well, listen, guys, I just don't know if this is what you want from me. I think I just have to keep doing this until it goes on. Like, if I stop this, who knows when I can get it back, if this is what you want.
This is, yeah, okay. I can make work.
Her grab tambourine solos tomorrow, right?
Yes, today is the tech rehearsal, and then tomorrow is the
the tech rehearsal. So she should have something to play at the tech rehearsal. Well, you're going to get a chance to go on stage and try this in just a couple hours.
Great, I can go and stand on stage and just be a robot.
No, you have to do your solo, which means it needs to be like complex, interesting,
Oh.
Show us some of that.
I don't really have it in my body yet.
Okay.
We're all gonna die.
God, I really wish there was some way to... Venom has one talent for which she receives 4 bonuses every time she does. It'd be really cool if we could somehow have her do that for this, but we can't, so this is just fun.
Ooh, what is it then?
I mean,
Yeah, I want to know what it is.
I'll let you
then I would say, Venom, if there is some way in which you wanted to, beyond just trying to learn how to play the grab tambourine better, if there's some way that you want to tinker with it or something like that,
Ooh, I would love...
that's something you could do.
Would it make Chanson happy if I did well?
Impossible to make me happy, given everything that's going on. Yes, I would be happier for you to do well than not.
I'm not asking you.
Oh, you're asking your mind. Give me... dangerous.
I mean, I think you get the impression that for most people here, this whatever we're doing here, whatever's going on here, with this weird thing that this weird, boring guy asked you to do, seems like it's really important to the rest of the group.
Boring.
Like they seem kind of nervous or excited about it, right? But like, except for Neela, who seems like same
Mila.
vibe as always.
You're beautiful no matter what.
It's true.
Neela is just an even keel in any stormy waters, right? So
Right.
So, if I truly believe in my inner talent, but it seems as if I'm like picking up on some, like maybe not everyone does. Like, could I tinker with my grab tambourine a little bit to like distract a little bit from my playing? Like, could it project some of the things that my my stopums do? I mean, my personal shield generators do?
Well, go ahead and make a personal shield tech roll for me.
That's just all of it. Everything in that. Every time you
And just roll with 4 bonuses, which is your standard.
That is actually crazy. It's a success.
5 fumbles. 5 hundreds.
That's actually, oh my god. I'm sorry, you do get one more. That's only the 4. You get one
How
more.
dare you?
I know. Okay. 26 against that. Or you could spend a force point and try to re-roll all of this.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Go for it.
I'll mark it. Is that not a... Oh, it's a 66.
Execute order 66.
It's better.
Can I spend another force?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Spend
keep
it.
You
going.
can do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you have force points, you can spend them.
Okay, I just want to do it one more time, guys.
The odds are... What has been rolled so far is absurd, given how many dice she's rolled. There we go.
So that's an extreme success.
Extreme success. Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh, extreme.
With an extreme success,
dream.
you think that there's maybe that you could probably rework using one of the crystals that powers your shield generator. That you could probably use that to sort of work it into the tambourine, so that it could basically create a pulsing field, so that it could basically kind of match whatever these people are sort of talking about, whatever beats they want, that are just very restrictive to you and your creativity. But you could basically create just sort of like a circuit they can do it, that basically pulses a field out from your grab tambourine. That's also like hitting the little symbols on it to make the noise.
Is it pretty? Is it visual at all?
There would be a little bit, yeah. There would be a field that comes off of it. Probably, you could tweak it to be as big as you want, but it would start minimum. It'd be like the size of like a beach ball or something like that coming off of it.
I would like that. I'll work on it.
And then of course you have like different. You can set that to be a color, depending on the crystal you use.
Can I? Is it intricate enough? Can I work it to do like the aura blossoms that I have on my personal shield generator?
Yeah, with extreme success and technology that's already familiar to you, absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, you could basically it's sort of like you're basically taking something and augmenting some of the technology that Chanson has already put into it, but now it is something that you can kind of control how you want.
Okay.
I will just point out, if I see her doing this, and like if she starts, do you start playing that now that it's doing it? Or are you saving it
No,
for
it's
the
a
stage?
surprise.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Then I'll
Yeah.
save it for another time.
Perfect. But yeah, now it'll sort of just, to whatever beat they want, you can sort of just vibrate out those images and projections.
So, Jeremy, just so you understand, what she's doing is the only way she can do this grab tambourine is she's literally putting a kyber crystal into it.
Yes. Which is to say that Neela is right, and the power of crystals is the solution.
I fucking hate that. Okay, cool.
Neela's staring at her hand. Oh.
We really are going to be the crystal toasters, you guys.
We have
All right.
it is fated.
Well then, is there anything else that you all would like to do this morning in preparation of, or is there any, like, we know a few of the songs. I think Tipgala is still sort of thinking about which sort of traditional Rylothian song that she wants to introduce into the set list.
Yeah. I'll do Treachery and Countenance. I mean, it is a historical song. It's kind of like playing Wagner, where you're like, this bad guys got really into this, but the music itself is fine.
Well, in that case, we will we'll just sort of wipe to the front of this of the diplomatic suites, where it is midday and you are being sort of led out by one of the Twi'lek employees of the diplomatic suites, leading you out to your waiting air speeders, where you are lifted up off in the city, above the skyline, and over across the buildings, sort of below the civilian district. Sort of at the far end of it, you just as you do, you see something that is what looks like almost like a coliseum. It is a massive arena, and as you're descending, you can see that this place easily seats 50,000 people, and that there is a stage that has been erected in the center of this arena. You also notice that there seems to be the First Order symbols have been painted into the ground of it, and that you do see that are sort of off to the side of it, on the far side from you as you're approaching. You do see what appears to be a squad of TIE fighters on the sort of the field, for lack of a better term, right now. But as you sort of land, and there is a sort of harried-looking Togruta that walks up to you, that has clearly has a data pad in her hand. Looks like, oh, and she walks up and is like, "Oh my gosh, sorry, we're running way behind. We need to get you just immediately onto the stage. I hope you're all warmed up and prepped. We just need to kind of go into this set list immediately, so that we can sort of time it to the TIE fighter flyover. So I mean, we can have we'll have some people bring up your instruments and get it on the stage, but we need you to sort of just get up on the stage so we can kind of immediately start running this. I'm so sorry. I know that we told you to be here. You're here when you said, but we are so in trouble right now. So if you could just kindly just get on the stage.
Who are you in trouble with?
Oh well, it's not like trouble in that we are running behind and we're not going to complete everything we need to get ready for tomorrow.
We're going to get it all done.
I mean, I appreciate.
Hey, you want to take a breath with me right now? You want to just take a deep inhale? Togruta to Togruta. Then take a deep exhale. Ah.
She's. Tell you what.
Better, right?
Do me a favor. Make a medicine roll for me.
Okay.
Neela.
Okay, I rolled a 20. What is my thing? What is my medicine? Where is my medicine?
It's under your mental talents, but that is a success. Yeah, so go ahead and check that. And she goes, you know what? Yes, I am very sorry, Neela. You are correct. We will get it done. I shouldn't be bringing all this energy to you all right before you go on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just relax.
Be a little sorry.
My name is Mosey Shan. That's
Mosey-shan.
MOSYSHAN. I am, I guess you would call me the stage manager here. Just trying to keep the show on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And
we thank you for your service. I don't know. I don't talk to backstage people usually. I'm sorry, I don't.
Of course. Well, follow me. I'll lead you to the stage, and you can all get to your places, and we'll take it from the top.
Great. Thanks, Shannon.
Every time.
And she leads you over, and at the same time, there's several roadies unloading your gear from, and getting it all set up on the stage. And we get to sort of everyone is on stage in their places, and the first thing up, standing dead center stage, Tipgala just off to your side as you requested, is Venin Rosk. And as everyone sort of turns to wait, Venin's grabbed tambourine in hand. For the first solo, we will end there tonight. and
So
find out
dramatic.
the fruits of your labor. Oh, this is just a tech rehearsal, but
At least we can add the bonus to her skill now, maybe. Hopefully.
Rude.
Well,
I mean, like all of you, she already has a bonus. To her instrument, like all of
she
you.
gets a bonus. Just her number's a little lower than ours. Fine.
That just means it's easier to improve.
All right. Well,
But thank you, band, for composing a walking the line ballad for a fascist
we are
organization.
going to get killed by liberators of freedom fighters. That's what's going to happen.
So
We're going to get attacked by like former resistance people.
just be smart. Just be smart in your set list, and
It's not the
you know.
set list. It's we're on stage. If you're under a TIE fighter flyover, you see, it strikes me a fair game.
But we'll just have to play through tomorrow, see what's going on, or
Oh, I should clarify to the players in this game what the 3 words are.
oh yeah.
3 words, which interestingly, so Pierce, you've heard these 3 words because they've been said in our Monday game a lot, but the background behind them was not explained until our most recent Friday game. We were doing Star Trek, and knowing what the story is makes it so much worse. The 3 words are what Elbrand says every time he signs off talking to Abriel.
Yeah.
It is simply, "You are amazing." That's what he says every time he stops talking to her. And it's rough. So, some bad people in our chat.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I was wondering if there was because it was in the wake of the Friday game. I was wondering if I forgot it was Star Trek.
The Star Trek.
And not.
It was
not,
unrelated to that game. When it was over, people were asking about it, and Laura knows the origin of that story. Oh, explain the rest. When I was in college, I had a pair of friends who were, they were like that couple, just way too lovey-dovey. And I would hear them say to each other when breaking, okay, but 3 words, and they'd part to go to different classes. And one of their roommates, she says to me, "Do you know what the 3 words are?" And I was like, "I assume I love you." And she goes, "No, it's so much worse. It's you are amazing."
Wait, so they would say 3 words?
Yeah,
to
they would
each other?
literally say,
Literally
okay,
say 3 words.
to be parting, they'd be like, "All right, well, 3 words," and then walk away.
Okay, now I like it.
Oh. Oh man.
3 words. So I started saying it a lot to camera and holding the mic really close on Friday. It was rough. Anywho, that's what that was.
Well, and now it is the closing remark on your attempt to not write a fascist ballad for a fascist organization.
Oh,
It's pretty rough.
God.
It's fash-ish.
Fashish.
Yeah.
Aw, that makes it sound cool.
Fashish.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, folks. As always, this was delightfully ridiculous. And Jansen seems like his life is great. Everyone wants Jansen.
So not great. So not great at all.
What could go wrong? How many deals are you gonna walk out on? That's the question, right? Because you, Jansen, have a deal with Nico-san. You have a deal with Gracchus. You have a deal with.
The deal with Gracchus basically isn't a deal. I'm not concerned with that deal.
Yeah.
Everything else you're saying, I have many concerns about.
You have a deal with the Prime Order, and you have an offer from the Pikes.
I just want to play my chamber pieces. That's all. I just want to play. God damn it. Whatever, it's fine.
Well, anyway, thank you all for watching this nonsense as you do every week. We are so grateful, and I believe, uncertain if we will be back next week for a game. We will definitely be back with something next week on Sunday. I believe we might just have some player commitments, but we will be doing something Star Wars on this channel on Sunday at this time.
Unless it's something Star Trek.
unless it's something Star Trek. Something star. Stars will happen.
Hey, we're in Los Angeles. It's the city of stars. Don't you worry. La La Land, folks.
Now I'm especially worried.
Yeah, that's gesture. Ah, kid, I'll make you stars.
That's
Can we do role playing Hollywood? Maybe it'll go better than my career.
I should. Oh my god! I should just do a Hollywood TTRPG. That's just people like.
I'm in for that.
Just do like La La Land.
All you do is roll to prepare for auditions. Never matters.
oh yeah. But it's just like it's a D100 system. You roll a number, and then someone calls out a number at random, and if it lines up, you got it. And
You,
if not,
roll your
right.
performance check and then ignore it and roll a luck roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just random, and before you tell me what it is, I go 54.
And if you ever roll.
Oh my god, I got 54. I got Modern Family.
Oh my god, I'm a Modern Family. And here's the thing: every time you succeed in this game, your life actually gets worse.
Yes. More people hate you.
More people hate you, pressure. You then do have to start making performance checks, but you have every possible penalty on them. This sounds like a fun game.
And you're a bigger asshole. Huh.
Yeah. So effectively, Murdenki.
Yeah.
Murdenki is like this.
Where do you think I'm getting the inspiration for this movie?
Oh my god, you have a score called your humanity score, and every time you succeed, it just ticks down a little bit.
A dating game for characters we've lost. So
Oh, that's fun.
Hell, the dating sim.
Oh yeah, Jane Austen game. We've talked about trying to do one of those as well.
Oh, I would love to do
I
that
would
one. That'd be
love
fun.
that too.
but
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
She writes all the books about zombies, right?
Okay.
yeah. And the Pride and Prejudice of those zombies.
Yes.
As I understand it.
What?
Well, those are those are maybe games that'll appear in the future, but we do have several games that run on this channel. We have this Star Wars game where we just drink and talk a lot, pretty much.
A lot of milk.
A lot of milk. Lot of. Chance and I feel like just at a certain point, if he has enough money, is just ordering Corellian stuff so he can pour it on the floor. But
yeah, can I have a piece of priceless Corellian artistry? Thank you. Then I stab it with a vibro dagger.
He's that dude who threw pie on the Mona Lisa, but it's like a Corellian art piece.
Oh my god.
But we do have another Star Wars game where the stakes are much higher.
Yes, please join us.
Okay, that's arguable.
Join us on Monday. That's tomorrow for Civilized Age, our game set hundreds of years after the time of Luke Skywalker. At present, our group are kind of just investigating some shenanigans on a planet, and the real threat is that Lauren will murder them if they don't leave the planet soon, because she just wants to get her kids back. On Tuesday, guys, we finally finished Murder by Murder. So Tuesday is going to be our sort of wrap-up kind of post-mortem show where I will answer any questions they have, reveal stuff that we never got to in the game. I will also admit the numerous circumstances in which I've made mistakes or stuff is messed up or doesn't make sense.
Oh, I like that.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun and humbling. On Wednesday or Thursday, we might run a Star Trek game, who knows? But then on Friday, we are back with our landmark 65th session of Blood from a Stone. That is 13 times 5, so some crazy stuff. The Dread Clock, thanks to largely just Lauren on Friday, because I was counting all their 13s on the Dread Clock, we made it to 12, everybody. So,
oh, wow.
Though in this D100 system, a 13 is much less likely, it's only 1%. Mine count whenever it's a Dreadstorm or whenever it's a multiple 13, so maybe we'll just roll enough that we get one and we can trigger a Dreadstorm, which could be disastrous in the current situation. So yeah, check that out on Friday. And I will also say then, join us later this month for the last week of the month. We are doing our Blood from a Stone week starting on October 25th, Tuesday, and running through Monday the 31st. We will have a 7 straight days of Blood from a Stone. It's going to be really fun, so join us for that. One of them will be in this time slot with these wonderful players. It's going to be great.
Oh, also, and if you want to catch up on any of that, or if you want to sort of be alerted to when our random Star Trek episodes happen, we announce those in Discord, which is you can feel free to follow us in Discord, as well as if you have notifications turned on for this channel, that'll also pop up for you.
And Instagram.
And Instagram as well. And does anyone have anything they would like to plug this week?
I don't know if I'm gonna cook this week. I probably will. I cook every Tuesday, but maybe not this Tuesday. That's a good plug. That's pretty good, right?
Honestly,
Right.
you know what? It's honest. I like it.
Yeah.
Here's why. I'm on a book deadline. I have to write a shit ton of recipes, and I'd like to take a break because here's what's in my head are the words barbecue ranch. So I have a ranch seasoning called the dill, and I have a barbecue seasoning called barbecue dust. But what if we put them both on one chicken and roasted it? What would happen?
Mm-hmm.
It would be barbecue ranch.
Yeah.
So that's what's in my head. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific, I usually cook on Instagram, and I probably will because I don't like to miss it. I do it every
You have the
Tuesday.
streak going.
I got a streak. Yeah. Last week I made chili. It was good.
Sounds right.
That sounds good.
I want chili right now.
I know I'm hungry.
I want chili and to have heartburn all night.
Yeah.
Eat it at this hour. Come on.
Excellent. All right. Well, then I think that is everything. Thank you again so much, players, and thank you so much, audience, for indulging us as you always do. Until next week, remember, the music will save us.
Osta mefta cinco basta. Osta mefta juvrek. Rishi labir groove snores la jelkor. Rishi labir usa snor vrek. Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta juvre. Rishi labir groove snores la jelkor. Rishi labir usas nos dovre.